Hi everybody, I'm your local leaf, Ryleaf, and welcome to my channel. Artfight 2026 just wrapped up, and this was my first year participating. Let's talk about it. Before we start, I'd like to point out that the art in the back is what I did for Artfight. All characters are credited in the description. I'd recommend checking out the creators of these characters. Their work is honestly amazing. Anyway, on to the video. I had a blast this year and feel so privileged to have participated, but as with most things, I do have a few complaints. Most of these are personal preference or user error and mostly didn't affect my overall experience, but I felt it was necessary to mention. Number one, there are so many characters. I get that's the point, and I think it's great to have so many options, but my problem lies with searching for the characters. Of course, on the main page, you have the recent characters and recent attacks, but if none of those speak to you, you have to go through every team's arsenal. Personally, I had trouble finding characters due to the fact that you have to first go to the artist profile. Of course, maybe it's user error and I'm just an idiot, but I digress. Number two, the whole competitive nature of everything really became an issue for me. About halfway through July, I got really burnt out and didn't do any more attacks until Artfight had just a few days left. During that entire debacle, I kept telling myself I was letting my team down, which only made everything worse. I also found myself refusing to attack characters from my own team as it generated less points, even though I found some characters from Tragedy that were very interesting and I would have loved to draw. Number three, and this is the last one I promise, it's surprisingly hard to get attacked. No disrespect to the artists I attacked or any artist on Artfight that may have seen my characters and passed up on them. I was under the impression that Artfight was a trading event, as in I draw something of yours and you draw something of mine in return. That's not to say I went in solely so people would draw my characters. I'm the type of person who would commission an artist and still treat their work as a gift. But I have since learned that this is not the case. Artfight is more of a gifting event. It's like drawing fan art, but the creator is more likely to see it. Very cool, but it was still disheartening to check my notifications and see nothing. Okay, complaints out of the way. Now I get to talk about all the great things. First, the community is so sweet. It's very rare to find artist spaces where there's little to no hate or disrespect. I started out as a gacha kid. I had 3 separate YouTube channels dedicated to gacha, but in a lot of online art spaces, gacha creators are actively bullied. Same with fandom OCs. I love making OCs for my favorite shows and making up stories where they're friends with the canon characters, but I've always been too scared to post them because I saw how other artists treated fandom characters. On Artfight, there's entire pages of gacha characters. So much so that when I lost one and had forgotten the name, I took 30 minutes with my brother Zag, who I've also referred to as Bug in other videos, to find her. Fandom OCs are even more expansive. I look at this and it feels like the world's healing. Second, while I didn't get many attacks, I did get 2, and look at them. This one is literally my lock screen now, here's proof. And when I opened Artfight and saw that Kazan had been attacked, I screamed and maybe started crying. Look at my boy! I love this piece so much. They did him so well. Third, having so many creative people in one place was beautiful, to say the least. Every artist's profile I clicked on was like another little adventure. Everyone was so skilled and kind, and everyone was hella against AI. So that felt like a breath of fresh air. I have never felt so surrounded by fellow creatives, and I've been on the art space since I was 12, which was 7 years ago. Yay. If you've ever been to a live concert, it was kind of like that. You know, everyone around you is there for the same reason you are, and it's kind of safe, comforting. Fourth, there was so much variety. From humanoids to mechs to furries. This is a sentient table, and this is 3 dangos shaped like cats. If you can't find your niche here, you are not trying hard enough. It was fascinating just to go through people's characters to see all the sheer vastness of it all. And it never stopped, ever. Every day, new characters were being added. I refreshed a page and, oh, look at that, a whole new recent characters. Watching characters that I never would have thought of just spawn. Masterpiece. And finally, I don't think I've ever discovered new artists faster. The stories I read about were genuinely so interesting. I actually hunted down someone's Tumblr just to get the lore. My follow list is so much better after Art Fight, and I don't think it would have been if I hadn't participated. And with that, we've reached the end of the video. If you enjoyed, please like the video, leave a comment with your ideas, and subscribe for more. This is your local Leaf, signing off.